The meditation which the speaker will share with you in this video is the moon meditation. This meditation is very cathartic. If you let yourself go completely in 3 days, this technique can truly change your life forever. During this meditation, one must completely forget about oneself and their own image. We all create image of ourselves in our mind. This is why we suffer. For example, if someone offends us, we suffer because the image we have created of ourselves is offended. For example, if I consider myself a great musician, this means that the image created by me psychologically is that of a great musician. If a third person points out to me that I am not a competent musician at all, I suffer. Obviously, the image I have made of myself is offended. My identification with the image of me created is total, so I suffer. The concept of image is not easily understood until we see it within us. So, to get rid of suffering, you have to get rid of your image. What we consider character represents a part of the image we have created for ourselves. But image is much more than character. To understand what the image is, you need to observe your thoughts throughout your life, particularly when relating to others. If you observe yourself psychologically, you will be able to understand what the image is and why it creates suffering. In addition to creating image of ourselves, we create psychological image of others in ourselves. This too generates suffering, because when another person does not respect the image we have created, this makes us suffer. For example, we have created a psychological image within ourselves of our partner, daughter, husband, etc. When our partner, daughter, husband, etc. does not respect the image we have of her or him, this generates suffering. So, to completely eradicate suffering, we must make sure that we don't create psychological image of ourselves, of others. People starting a new life, a new spiritual path, etc. All they do are changing the old image with a new one. In this case, there will be no real transformation, only a superficial change. For example, a person who does not like himself or cannot find anything that interests him decides to become a monk. So he takes the novitiate. This means changing his name, changing his clothes, changing his lifestyle. These changes will only generate a new image of themselves, but the person internally will be the same. Whatever this new image is disturbed, there will be suffering. To be free from image is to be free. This meditation can make sure that we free ourselves at last for an hour of every image we have created of ourselves. The full moon has always had a lot of power over the inhabitants of the earth. The moon can move the oceans. The connection between the moon and the water is very powerful. The human body is made up of 80% of water. You do the math. This meditation begins 3 days before the full moon and lasts for 1 hour. So, 3 days before the full moon, leave the house. Look for an isolated place where you can feel free to do what you want. Look at the moon. Keep looking at her. Feel completely absorbed in her. Surrender completely yourself to her. Try to exist as little as possible, as if you were disappearing. Now the moon can do with you what she wants. Then whatever happens, let it happen. You are no longer you. You are not your destiny. If you feel like screaming, scream. If you feel like dancing without music, dance. If you feel like singing, sing. If you want to sit down, do somersaults, jump, laugh. If you want to do all of these things together, do it. There is no limit. Do what you want to do. You are finally free. You are free. Only when you don't exist. You are without any image, character, will, concentration. Do whatever you want until you hear the sound of the meditation ending. An hour passes. Slowly take control of yourself. At this point, the identification with the image you have of yourself will be diminished. Thanks to energy that the full moon generates, a lot can be achieved. If you are not a vegetarian, it is important that you follow a vegetarian diet from 21 days to a minimum of 10 days in advance. Unfertilized eggs are considered vegetarian food. Being a vegetarian helps reduce the violence within us by doing without eating anything that contains life. Our thoughts and violent feelings will diminish. Use this technique for the 3 days before the full moon. As the moon grows, you will feel that you are less and less. Why you will feel something you cannot name grow inside you. Let it grow. Do not oppose to it. Your conscious mind will try to oppose it in every way, mostly out of fear of losing the power it has over you. Don't listen to the mind. Don't listen to what they have taught you, which is that you are the conscious mind and there is nothing else. You are so much more than your conscious mind. You just have to find out. Once discovered, no one will be able to use you anymore. Thank you for listening.